Hello and welcome back to Lock Harper Astro. Not been around for a while, but thought I'd start putting some more videos together for you. On this one, this is going to be all about stretching stars and the backgrounds separately to try and reduce the effects of the stars and bring out the nebulosity in the background. On the screen, you can see that I've got an image up there already. This is the Medulla Nebula, which I took a couple of nights ago. It's LBN 576, if you're interested in looking up that one. It's quite a faint object. With this particular one, I took it in using the L-Enhance filter on an ASI 2600 MC Pro camera, and it's as you can see, this the stacked image. This is actually 11 hours of imaging, and the stacked image, there's not a great deal of nebulosity in there in this particular part of the image. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate how I go about reducing the stars and bringing out that nebulosity for the final image. So what I've done with the image so far is I've done a gradient extraction on it. I've also gone through with the scripts here and done an image solve and then SPCC, and I've done a blur exterminator, but the blur exterminator was on correct only, so it's all it's done is corrected the stars. This is a demonstration piece, so I'm just messing around with this particular one. So just to demonstrate to you what I actually do with this has currently got an STF stretch on it, just so that I can see what's going on. So I'll just turn the STF stretch off, and I'm not going to use an STF stretch. I'm going to use a standard histogram stretch and do it manually. So bring up the real-time preview and then take the center, the midpoint marker, and drag it across to the left until you start seeing the stars coming in. Stop and apply that one, and then reset, and then bring it across again. Oh, I beg your pardon, should have stuck that on there so I can actually see the histogram. Right, bring it across again and bring those stars up to roughly where you actually want them to be. So if I bring them to about there, should do it. And I don't want them much bigger than that. If I bring them right up, then you see that they start to overwhelm the image. So if I bring them back to there and then stop it about there, there's nothing that's really bright apart from this one down the bottom here, and then we'll apply that and then reset. That's where we want to be. That's where I want the stars to be. So I'm going to turn off the histogram stretch at that point. Now you can see there's hardly any nebulosity showing through there at all at this stage. So what I'm going to do now is use Star Exterminator, and I'm going to extract the stars so that I get one star image and one background image, and we'll let that run, and I'll come back once it's finished the process. And there we go, that's the stars extracted. And what I tend to do now is I'll just bring the stars out a little bit using curves, saturation, and pull up the saturation on the stars to bring out a bit of colour. You can see there's some blues in there, there's some reds coming, and that'll do for that one. So I'll just apply that and then reset it, and I'm not going to do anything else with the stars on that one. Just shrink it down and put it up out of the way. So here is the background image with the nebulosity on it. Now I could go back to the histogram stretch. It would be quite easy to do that. And I could bring that one up again. In fact, yes, I will do that. So, and start bringing this the nebulosity up, and you can just see it starting to come there. What I tend to do with this is the histogram transformation. I find is all right for that first stretch for the stars, but for the nebulosity, I find it a bit clunky. So I'm just going to turn those off, and I'm going for the GHS stretch because I find it more controllable. So what I'm going to do here is I can see that the image is starting to come, so I'm just going to click right in the center of the histogram there, and then set to SP for the symmetry point. So we've gone to the symmetry point there, and then I'm going to drag the stretch factor out up to about 1, and then do the local intensity. And I'm going to do this a few times. Bring that back a bit, apply it, reset, and you can see that stuff's starting to come out now. And I do this a few times just to bring out the nebulosity. I always tend to bring the highlights down just a tad. It just helps to control everything. And I go once or twice more. Until I just keep going until I'm happy with the overall image. Let's bring some of that oxygen 3 out a little bit more, shall we? There we go. And just pull it out. And you can see there's also a bit of oxygen 3 in this particular area and some more down here. And this is actually looking quite good. The stretch on this is actually better than the one that I actually finished, I think. So I'm just going to do a wee bit more on that, just bring it out. And then pull the darks down a wee bit. There. So there we go, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to leave that where it is. And now I can go into, open up the curves. I can bring the saturation up slightly. I don't want to make it too much. Apply that. And then this is where it really starts to pop. Go on to RGBK. Pin the center point, or bring the center point slightly up to lighten the whole image. And then drag the darks down. And that's where you start seeing all of the nebulosity come into view. And I think just that little tweak there, that's about where I want to be with that. Reset it. So that's where I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to do some denoise with Graxpert and make sure that I'm on. I'll bring that up to about, yeah, 850 should do. No, I'm going to leave it on 2. Apply that. Just let that denoise, and then I'll just pause it there while it's going through that process, and come back when it's finished. And there we go, that's the process completed now. I'll just turn that off, and it's denoised and created a new image, so that we can see the difference between the two. So if I just, oops, sorry about that. Just bring, no, that's not going to work, is it? Just bring those across, that's it. So you can just see the difference between the two. So the original and the denoised version. So switch that one off for now. Just use the denoised version. And then all I'm going to do now, as this is a demonstration, is add the stars back in. There's the stars. So come down to Pixel Math, create a new image, and then go into the expression editor, and my usual code for adding the stars back into the background is squiggly line, bracket, bracket, squiggly line, then the background image, close brackets, multiplied by open bracket, squiggly line, add the stars, close brackets, and apply. There we go. That's the image with the stars added back into it again. And as you can see, the stars are nicely in the background, the nebulosity is showing through, the stars aren't overwhelming them at all, and I think it's just an easier way of doing it rather than stretching the whole image and then trying to separate the stars out and then reduce the stars down. Why reduce them? Just don't bring them up so far to start off with, and that's actually given quite a pleasing image compared to the one that I actually produced, which is there. And see, this I had issues with this star down in the bottom here. It was quite bloated, but although this is the same data, the one that I've just done there, the stars actually okay. That's come out quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with that for such a short period of time. Well, that's it. It's only a short video with this one. I hope you've enjoyed it, and hope that gives you a bit more, another tool in the box to use when you're going through PixInsight. I'll come up with some more videos in the future, but in the meantime, clear skies, and thanks for watching.